It really started when I first came to the school. I've done some research, but I truly didn't know what I was going to experience. But I got the sense that this was a good place to be, to grow up from an education standpoint, and get the necessary knowledge to get my first job. But I really didn't know how good it was going to be. And I remember my first several months. I had been into computers at that time a little bit before, had a little bit of experience, and tried to connect and was hanging around in the lab a fair amount and connected with Dr. Kerns pretty quickly. And we found that we had a common interest, and we had a lot of fun. I remember to this day, whenever we would get a new piece of equipment that really was leading edge, and for some reason Dr. Kerns was able to find the funding to buy that new equipment that would make it even better to do our work as students. I remember one time in particular, he came in and he'd gotten a computer called a PC Limited. And most people probably don't know what a PC Limited was at this time. But he bought it from a college student actually that made it in his dorm room, and his name was Michael Dell. And that was actually one of the first computers that eventually became Dell computers.
Nearly 40 years since I showed up first. It's a longer story, of course, but the majority of my life spent right here. That's fairly unusual, and particularly in an administrative position. As deans change, often another administrators change, but somehow I managed to last through all the ones, the last 4. So I guess I've seen a lot of it. I know things happened before I got here, but they weren't as much a college of business as they were teaching teachers to teach business. So yeah, I've seen a lot, and so it's meant a lot to me. But it's 75 years. You know, what will it be like in 150 years? I think about that too, because with Paul we investigated many technologies, and he helped me so much. But I know that next year will show us some new things, and then there'll be new things, and I like to be around to see a good bit of it. But the college will continue to change as it always has.
My best memories here in College of Business. Well, I would say for us, it really was here in this lab, not because of the computer work, but it really was the central hub of all the work that we were doing. A lot of teamwork, worked with a lot of great colleagues. We were doing studying, late hours, and for some reason, one way or another, we were able to find a way to have access to what we needed, even in the late hours. So both during the undergraduate and the graduate studies, this was the hub of our life.
Those years when Paul was here were the most dynamic. Personal computers, to pick one out, he was here for that. He was not here, he tells me today, for our earlier punch card era back with the old machines. So he came right at the time we were really going strong, and when we came to this building, which I was able to help plan. The best thing that happens to me these days is when students come up to me, especially if I don't remember them necessarily right off the bat, and remind me of things that I said to them, or what we did, or what they did. That's a great joy.